Now that one really blew up, didn't it? What's up, you guys? Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, no? I hope so. I hope so. So, today I'm going to be doing Elephant's alcohol ink. And it is a commish. I'm going to show you guys how I do my alcohol inks. Very colorful, very rainbowy. So I hope you stay tuned to see.
What's up, Heidi? What's up, Ray? R-E-Y-I. Hi from Perth.
We love Perth.
What's up, Rumpel? Display Color, PG, Gale.
So many fam. So many fam. So it doesn't look like much right now. All I have done so far is Jeff went ahead and drew out the image for me. Seems like with every thing I do to this, it gets worse in terms of focus. Hi, Bubba. You cannot come up here. Here. How about this? I know. It'll look better once I get some color down. You want to come sit up here? Can you climb up by yourself? Oh, probably not. We hit your little nose. You good? Don't jump off of there. Right. I need some glovies.
Crystal, it's drawn on a canvas.
I know it's a lot of shadows right now, but won't be for long. Okay. First thing is first. Oh.
Doesn't even know that.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah. Okay, everybody.
What about now? I'm hoping you can hear me now. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, you guys. So, sorry about that amazing shadow, but it's all I can do right now because of overhead lighting. Still horrible.
Really?
No, it's better.
Yeah, there's none.
Well, I thought for some reason it would have updated. Okay, so we got a mama elephant and two baby elephants. And what I'm going to do is start adding color. And then after I get the color on, we're going to add more line work and so on and so forth. So if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I'm Erica. That's Jeff. We're Artists Till Death. Bowie is also here. You'll hear him in the background telling me how bad he wants to be up in a chair. But yeah. I'm going to be using these colors: Spectrum Noir BT8, Spectrum Noir LY1, Spectrum Noir BP7, possibly Jacquard Sun Bright Yellow, possibly Copic Fuchsia, possibly Copic Lemon Yellow, and possibly Copic Duck Blue. Also Marabou Rainbow. The alcohol I'm going to be using is 91% isopropyl alcohol. You can use a lower percentage alcohol, but also I wouldn't. The higher percentage, just you get better results. I don't want to have my inks on here for too much. Nope, not my inks, my alcohol on here for too much time. Just sitting, because while I did prep this for alcohol inks, if you leave a liquid on anything for too long, you just risk it absorbing, and then you're gonna have issues. So we're gonna try to move rather quick while we have the inks on our this. So I know duck blue, I don't know where they get that color from, but it's whatever. Okay, but I don't know where you want to be. You can be on this chair. Here, come here. You cannot be on the table. This is where you live now, just for right now. So let's get started. I still haven't opened these, so let's do that. That's open. That's open. It's open. Okay. So I want to have some negative space inks. I want to have big blocks of color. And I want to have a motion that's very fluid. So I think I'm going to start up here with Mama Elephant and bring the color downward. First thing I do always is drench the area with alcohol. This is going to help my inks move more easily, more fluidly, however you want to say. I'm not going to use a whole bunch of inks because then it'll make things too, what's the word? Probably just too dark. And I want to keep this pretty light. I'm only dropping the alcohol down where I have, nope, I'm only dropping the inks down where I have alcohol already.
It's just gonna be in your way.
I'm adding a little bit more alcohol now just to further help my inks move. Whoops. I typically use an embossing gun, but I have no idea where it is. So I'm just going to be using this heat gun on low in a minute because I just put that Marabou on there and it needs to be moved a bit. Okay. Let's just tilt it around, get some movement. I don't want a lot of really heavy lines. The yellow is light. So I'm just using enough heat and air to move the color, but not really dry it too much. think that yellow is very too light. So we're going to add some of this Copic yellow in as well. Judy! Hope you've had an awesome day, all of you. Huh? I'm trying to just dry this up in parts. Because I don't want a hard edge where I add more color. That bit is collecting a little bit too much. And I don't want it to go brown, so I'm just going to dab up a little bit. Okie dokie. Now I can move on down. However, I'm noticing that a little bit off center. So
you want me to plug it into there so you can have more of a range?
Oh, it's fine where it is. I think so.
The heat gun?
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you. Trying to bring this back in since I adjusted. Okay. So I'm going to let all that that's happening right now just soak in and do what it does. I'm going to work my way down the piece, add more alcohol just on this edge. We didn't dry the edge because then when we add more color, it would have created a line that I didn't want. A couple of dots of color. We decided we liked the Copic yellow better. I always add a little bit more yellow than the other colors because it's just inherently softer. The pinks and the blues are typically more opaque. I'm trying not to let all of the colors meld together. I just want them to meld with each other separately. I don't even know if that makes sense. In my head, that made sense. If they all meld together at one time, they're going to make mud. So again, I'm just using this heat gun to push the colors around, make them work nicely together. Not so much dry my inks, but it's just going to happen, and that's okay. Oh, I didn't add the marabou. The marabou is going to give us an awesome faint sparkle. At the end of this, it's inevitable. People are like, what is that? Why is that sparkly? Where'd that come from? It's the marabou. I always use these kinds of colors, this secondary color palette, because they always work well together. Even if it does make mud, it's not exactly hideous mud. It's work withable mud. That probably doesn't make sense, but in my head that makes sense. Gail, thank you so much. Typically, I'd have a problem with this hard line, but I think I like it in this one, so I'm going to leave it. I don't mind a few lines like that, but typically I like the soft meld look. Really appreciate that donation. Every dollar that we bring in through the channel goes right back into the channel. It helps us when we get donations to do a video every day for free. So that really means a lot to us. Thank you. Okay. Now we can move further down the piece. Anyone else buffering? Okay. So since the majority of the liquid is on this side, I'm going to do this little guy first. Alcohol first. And then since he's relatively purple, I'm going to add the blue. We don't have a lot of green represented, so I'm going to add not this yellow because we decided we like this one better. Thanks, Clara. Yellow, and then we'll do the pink down here. Okay. Dang it. Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming in and seeing what we're arting today. If you just came in the room, I'm working on an elephant commish. And I have to say, I'm a big fan of elephants. You may have to fade his foot up a little bit because that is a lot of dark pink down there. I'm not trying to dry this bottom part. I'm trying to get the colors where I want them to be. And then I will come in and do this bit. There's already so much pigment right here. I probably can get away with just tilting this color down. But let's just see. Let's add a little bit of color just so it's not all pink. So after we get all of our color laid down, we can go in and darken the lines and give the piece a little bit of pizzazz. He needs a little bit more yellow. I agree. I love elephants. Okay. Now all we have left in terms of for real ink application is this little guy. Okay. What could we use more of down here? Still seems a little bit light on the yellow. We're just going to put that on the outside. Some blue. And we may add the pink down here, but let's see. Carol, yeah, I don't really ever color inside the lines, so to speak. The lines are just there for me to kind of dictate what flow I want to use for whatever subject matter I'm painting at the time. I'm going to darken in the lines, as you said, as soon as I get my color down. You can paint in the lines if you wanted to. It's just not really my style, but you know what? It's art. If anyone wants to specifically paint inside the lines, go for it. I've learned over my time arting that what may be one person's style could be, absolutely detrimental for another artist's style. Detrimental is probably a heavy word, but you know what I mean. If there's a bit that you don't like, just put your finger on it. Now I'm just going to go back over and dry up any bits that are still super liquidy. There are a couple. If you wanted to, after you get all the color put down, you could go in with like alcohol ink on a paintbrush and get refined and make it do a whole bunch of stuff. I am not, but you could. Have you guys tried alcohol inks yet? If you haven't, hope you do. Thank you, Sticky Art. I just need to make sure everything's actually dry. It's a little bit hard to tell since I used that marabou. The things have a shimmer. That's dry. That is not. I typically don't paint on canvases anymore, but I had this one and it was the appropriate size. So that's why I am painting on the canvas today. All right. So now we have our this. Okay, Bowie, I'll help you down. I kind of feel like I need to add something on this side because all of my inks ran this way initially. So it's just not sure. Not sure if I should add color here and leave this, or if I should add color here and then drip all of this. So if I could use your face for a minute, that'd be super awesome. What your name on there? Kiss Kiss More. I'm not really sure. Oh, you're not talking to me. What's up, Shelly? So I don't know if I want to.
So good.
Thank you. I don't know if I want to add more color here and here to balance.
I would put like some of this because this isn't very.
It can be orange.
That's kind of this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look too much like orange, but I would definitely put more of that. Maybe a little brighter yellow. I don't know. That's what stuck out to me when I walked over.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm thinking is do I want to add more color here? I think that's what I'm going to do is put color here and then fade all of this down. Or my other thing was to do like more color here and here.
I like the idea of the first idea.
We have a TikTok. Pretty sure it's Artist Till Death.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vamp. Okay, so I'm going to add color here and then fade color down that way. It is more pastel than I usually do, but the last one I did got a little bit away from me. It was fairly dark, so that's why I'm staying lighter on this one. Okay. So I'm going to add, I'll probably add the color here to offset this. So it has that kind of motion. And then I'm going to fade down. What do you think?
You're the pro.
I would not call myself a pro. I'm just someone that likes to play with ink. Okay. Let's put some pink in over here. Not a lot. Some marabou. With the marabou, you have to shake every time. What's the question? All right. I'm trying to keep all the fresh alcohol and ink out of the existing design. So I'm just trying to push it all outwards. probably just dab some out as well. I think I'm going to add a dot of blue as well. Just so it's not just solid pink. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to risk getting hard lines in this, so I'm just going to dab it up because the only other option I have is to work the heat gun around, and that will give me all of the lines. I don't want all the lines, so I'm just going to dab it and heat it from a little bit higher up. That may have taken a little bit more ink out than I wanted, but that's fine. You guys can't hardly see the elephants anymore, but I promise you that they're there. So now I'm going to add some alcohol down here and fade all these colors downward. Wash style, in theory. We'll see if it happens. I may have to add more ink. So I just added some more alcohol. I'm tilting it up to pick up some color and running it back down. And repeat them. I'm just going to use this alcohol bottle to prop up the piece. Ugh. So that it'll have a nice continual run. My goodness, I can't win for losing down here. That's the cool thing about alcohol inks is they will run. B, I need your face when you get a second. Should I fill in this?
Yeah, I wouldn't drip at all. That looks so good. It always looks good when it dries because it's such a good fade and it's heavy and light and almost nearly nothing. Like, I love that look. That's just me.
Okay, so then I'm going to use this to prop it. I'm going to add some alcohol just here where it's already a hard line. I'm going to add just a little bit of color where the line is anyways. A little bit more alcohol to fade it. Then I think I'm going to do that over here with the yellows. Alcohol first. Then ink. little bit more alcohol to help it move. I was just blowing the inks back up into the piece because it was a little bit separated, but we got it. I feel like I need to fade the top, but not run the top. I mean, or am I crazy? Since this is alcohol on an actual, like a canvas, I don't want the liquid to puddle too long. So I'm just drawing it where it's at. Since it's tilted like this, it's not going to really, it's not going to give me any lines because the line is going to be flowing downward. Anytime you have canvas, you don't want to let your liquid sit on there too long because it may do something wonky to your canvas. Thank you, Sticky Art. So if you think, I kind of also think now that I'm standing next to it, it goes along nicely with the shape of the head and ears.
And what? There's this, like.
I told you I was going to add that. And you said essentially, do you? I can try to fade it out and then down if this is really off-putting.
I don't know. I guess whenever you put the black in, it always, it changes, so it evens out. I don't know how you can read that.
Carol, we travel and teach classes. We just haven't in a little bit. Totally should do some fun duets. I'm all about the fading. So now I'm considering fading this edition. What do you think, B?
Okay. I told you I would love it if all of it's like that, but
It would get muddy if we did all of it. We could do private classes, either online or in person. Can you get down, bubs? Okay, good boy. Welcome back, Clara. All right, then I'll do this outside fade.
what, you're gonna fade it going this way?
Well, I need to fade it this way, and then I was going to fade it down. My concern with fading it just down is that it's going to be too pigmented and it's going to run through these other colors and make mud.
What if you run it this way, and then maybe this way, this one this way, so then it's kind of like a, like, so
Okay.
it's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So wait.
I mean,
yeah, I'm listening to you. I like the idea. So this, and this would fade up. Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't fade that into this. I would definitely keep an eye, do that separate. But all that, I would, yeah, that would be nice.
And let's fade that downward. All right, pink.
Is it like, it's like running this way? Why is it doing that? So rad. Wow.
I'm going to put a drop of blue in there to run with it. I don't know about that. I just like to art. Okay. I am going to wipe this up because that is not what I want. As this, all the alcohol runs down, it's pooling on the edge of the canvas, and I'm just dabbing it up as it gets down here. Otherwise, it would look not very fluid like I want. It would look a little puddled. Okay. Yeah, I thought you were going to give me guidance on this. Do all of this down here?
Maybe come from, up there or something, kind of.
But you can't come from up
Or,
there.
Just where it's heavy here and kind of light. Like, babe, you know how you're doing it. I'm not the one. Like, you have the technique, babe. I don't.
But I'm going to need your advice on this.
Yeah, like lighten it up.
Will you do me a favor? Drop my whatever that was.
Felt it?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that looks so good.
Just,
It gives it such like good motion, and then when you put the black on there, it'll balance it all out. Like, I love that. Oh, you have a ladder. If you want to come up here, no, you have to go up a ladder.
will you lift that side? So just like before, I'm dabbing up any collecting ink. I want to do one of these eventually that I don't like, and then I want to put like a whole bunch of ink at the top and just run it.
Why not do it for something that you do like?
Because that's if I like it the way it is, I'm not going to run ink through it. It's opportunity cost. That's knowing when to quit.
Well, you know you can fix stuff, so why don't you just make one that has that? It would just be a lot of fun.
Sorry, Clara, I should have. Okay. Now this needs to come through here, you said? I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to pull this green this way and this pink that way. Be careful, Sue. Thank you, Denise. Oh my goodness, with that light on, you can really see the marabou in there.
Is this sideways? It is sideways.
Hi, baby. You can come in this chair, but that's it, okay? You come up here? Come here. Come here. Why don't you go sit in your chair like a big boy? Why don't you go sit in your chair like a good big boy? Yeah, you're not going to like that. So, B, what do you think? Pull this pink down and then this green this way?
Sure. But I think anything you do is going to look good.
I don't know about all that, but I'm going to do my best.
All right.
Thank you for the compliment. I'm going to need you to tilt that.
Leave you then. What?
In a minute, will you tilt this? Not quite yet. I'm just going right on the outside edge. Add some yellow. A little bit of the blue. Yeah. And we're going to tilt. I'm hoping, yeah, that it goes that thinner. Actually, I want to tilt it back just a little bit. Because it kind of disconnected from this back bit. Okay, will you tilt it one more time? You think I should try to pull it all the way down or just?
Let it drip like this way. Give it like a fade.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said you didn't want it to come through that pink?
Chloe, you come sit up here? Come on, come here.
Yeah, Bowie's wanting his 12 seconds of fame. We all know you guys came here to see Bowie. And that is A-okay. Hi, Tiffany. I'm doing alcohol ink elephants. It doesn't look like elephants right now, but it's going to look like elephants in a minute. I'm just having a lot of fun adding some extra pizzazz to this, the ink section. But just hear me out. There it is. All right. I think I'm going to tilt some yellow from up here. To give it a little bit more balance. Let that green bleed into that a little bit. Some of the pink bleed into that a little bit. I know it doesn't look like elephants right now, but y'all just hear me out. I can't hear you over this. Is what? Nice. Okay. I was gonna be done with this bit. The dot. Are you talking about this dot? Poms are so adorable. That's the best name I've ever seen. I don't know if you know this, but I have a pom. That is a splash of pink that I haven't yet cleaned up. but I will. That's awesome, Melissa. All right, I'm just going to run some alcohol from up here, and that will run through the pink. I thought it would fade it more, but y'all know I always put splatters of color in my work anyways. Here's my dilemma. This color is all the way to the wall over here and not so much over here. So I'm going to have to run some color from over here anyways. Let's do a dot of blue and then some yellow question mark. Thanks, TG. Okay. Now that's all the way down there. I'm going to tilt it back up this way. We're going to add another dot of the blue so it's not just green. Now some of the pink's getting in on the action, so I'm just going to put some alcohol right through the pink. This may be the most full coverage alcohol ink piece I've done in quite a while. And I'm not mad at it. I'm loving it. I think the next one I do will be a full, like, ink and tilt. Is that a thing? Can you make that the new thing, an ink and tilt? When you get a second, I need to borrow your face. Now I just want to make sure everything's dry.
Very nice. That's so much fun.
Now that I'm looking at it, I just realized that everything has ink on it except for this bit, so.
Storm coming in over there. I thought everything was blowing out the other way.
I don't know. So we are supposed to have a storm, or we're not supposed to have a storm? All right, you guys. I did not anticipate putting full ink down, but sometimes you have to go with the flow. Meow. Next step is going to be to seal it with our archival spray. And you can get this at most art stores or Blick or probably Amazon. Just need to make sure this is all dry, but I have gloves on. B, will you tell me if this is dry? I think it is.
No.
Put a UV light on it. It wouldn't show up on camera, else I would. IRL, this is going to glow a lot. B, will you do this? I'm going to put these inks away. You need that open.
What?
You need to leave that open.
Can't be over.
Never build a home with the stairway pointed out the door. Sure. So yeah, this time it is on canvas. I hear it's supposed to have elephants always facing a door too, but I don't know anything about it. Oh, butt facing the doorway? Oh, that's probably accurate. Okay, so nope, you can't see me. I'm going to be adding this UV archival in matte. Very important that it's not any other shade. I think this is damaged. I have another can. Yeah, I think that whole can's damaged. Looks like it was dropped on its head. So important that it's in matte. Anything else will reignite your alcohol inks and it won't be fun. It'll mess up your whole design. Typically one really good layer is enough. Anytime you use an aerosol, wear proper PPE. Unlike what I am right now, just do as I say, not as I do. We're in a well-ventilated space, really high ceilings, windows are open, and if I had a respirator on, you guys would only comment to say, I have no idea what you said, because the respirator. Sealing it with an archival spray is important for two reasons. One is that if you're not going to coat it in a resin, then it'll seal your inks in. Two, if you are going to coat it in your resin, then it will separate your resin from your inks, because as your resin starts to cure, sometimes it can reignite your alcohol inks. And give you some issues. It'll kind of fade your inks. If you work fast enough, you'll only put one coat down. I have air blowing, and so my archival spray, once it evaporates, it goes obviously matte, and so you won't be able to see where you put it on. So just work fast. Well, moving the sippies is always important. Huge Mugis windows. Okay, now that that's done and that's done, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get my markers because we're about to do the line work for our elefantes. Elefantes. I'm gonna get multiple sized paint pens, Poscas. Okay. So on the inside, what? It's wet still. On the inside, I want to ask Jeff if he feels like putting these lines down because he has an amazing way of like making these rough cut lines, and I have to learn to let loose a little bit. Do you see any gloss from your side?
What I do is just use a pen and just literally just follow. Yeah. And then do like a hard big one and wipe it. Like have it kind of rough so it could be like a nice thick outline. And then the white will go with all this stuff. It'll look good.
Yes, those semi quasi partial Spanish. Thanks, Susan. Have a nice night. Thank you for coming in. All right, I think it's sufficiently dry. Now, you guys may not have heard him, but Jeff said to do it with a thin line and then go back in with a thicker line. So that's what we're going to do. I am going to do this with a Uni Posca pen. I have them in many, many colors, many, many sizes. There are knockoff Uni Posca pens that aren't quite as good, but are still okay on Amazon. You can tell if it's a knockoff because the writing will be in not English. Does he have something that?
I took something from him and then I like it was like a crayon.
Oh, and it snapped real loud.
I don't know where he even got it from, but he had it in his mouth. I don't have it, Bowie.
Okay. So I'm going to do the thin bits, and then I'm going to ask Jeff again to do the line work because he can do it way more refined looking than I can. Okay. So this is going to be very roughly drawn on because it's kind of my style. think he wants you to chase him.
Right, and it runs in here. Hey, that looks good. Everything is cohesive. Ooh, babe, taking my job, huh?
I would love for you to do this instead of me.
No, you're doing it awesome. This is what you're meant to do. I think all those the same. Yeah. You're doing awesome. I can't see anything.
Sorry, I just totally Ritterhoffed it. P.S. We love Anne-Marie Ritterhoff. If you haven't checked her out, check her out. She does acrylic, fluid acrylics, and she's very talented.
See how maybe that looks great. If you feel like it's getting too much like this, slow down a little bit, or dab it on something so it kind of. So you can, dab it on there so you can like. So it's a good amount of paint coming out of there. It'll dry off. No, babe, not that much.
You know, I tend to be excessive. You guys can't even really see what goes on yet, but I'm gonna ask Jeff to do the big lines, and it will make more sense.
Do you want to do it like I was saying, like do a line and then kind of smudge it?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Boy cat, you don't need to be going up there. I see you looking.
Sorry, we're not reading you guys, but if you have a question for Jeff and I, just hold it for when we are looking at our screen. And in the meantime, anybody with a blue wrench is a trusted mod, and they can help you.
Need some more lines over here.
Can I just say I love how wrinkly elephants are, particularly baby elephants? I'm gonna get on the other side of you and do these lines.
Need that.
What are these wrinkles?
Rear end, I think. Give me that medium one.
I just really feel like I want to give them tails. Probably not wise, but also, who knows? Valerie, are you supposed to be writing a paper? Shelly, was it bad? I didn't know you guys could hear that, the pen lines. Whoops. So we're just adding rough lines. We go in first with the fine point Posca, and then Jeff outlined it with the heaviest of Poscas, the jumbo, and then now he's doing touch-ups on the interior lines with the medium-sized Posca. Just so that the thick lines make sense next to the fine lines. Sue, I put a claim to find out what the deal is, so I will get in contact with them, see if I can get an update on that tomorrow, first thing. I just love elephant babies. My pleasure, Sue. Sorry about that. I have no idea what goes on, but I will find out. B, how do you know where you're going to add this darker line?
I'm just trying to like separate certain parts so that it sticks out more, so it's not just a flat kind of thing. Because some lines are so thin that it just kind of, I want it to be able to tell that, you know, which part is a little bit sticking out more, I guess you could say.
Thank you, Melissa. So if you guys have enjoyed watching this video, share it. If you haven't enjoyed it, then share with people you don't like. I know I usually say that at the end, but I thought I'd go ahead and share that because we have been streaming for, I don't even know, it's 7 to an hour and a half. I kind of want to add my like rough lines, but I think that'll make sense. Walk away and
I was just going to walk away
refresh your eyes on something.
and then just kind of walk back. Don't look at it while you're walking back, but just kind of like look away all the way until you get up to it and then look at it.
Is that kind of like smelling coffee? Yeah, when you like smell coffee in between perfumes.
Does he want the lines?
The only direction Shane gave me was he wanted an alcohol ink elephant with 2 babies.
And that's it? Maybe some chalk or some paint pens? Huh?
This is the paint.
Paint pens.
Oh.
Your other stuff.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He just didn't.
What do you think, Bobby? Better?
I love sketch lines, so I'm gonna put them in because I like them. I'm not going to draw the sketch lines too much on the inside because that would make things a little bit convoluted. Ain't nobody got time for that. This one has attitude. I agree. I think there needs to be a little bit more definition. We want to be careful about adding too much because then you'll end up with a piece that's very dark. Does that sound like super bad? Okay. It kind of does look like they're walking on water, doesn't it? Hmm. the starkness of the black isn't it's not as evident in person. Let's add some black alcohol ink. Actually, thanks you guys. Bye, Tiffany. I'm gonna get a refill on my this. Grab some black ink. Add black ink. Like I always do. Add the splotches of black ink and run them. Voila! Black ink. So, it actually doesn't look as heavy in person. It's actually a pretty nice balance in person. That's fun. Now I need to put gloves on because if I don't, we'll get ink all over the piece where it's not supposed to be. Derp. Hi, big boy. What can I do for you? You want back up in your chair? We turned around like, who is someone giving me some presents or something?
Can you go see your chair? He's like, no, I don't want it. Look how he runs from me. Like he thinks I'm gonna take him away from you. Come here. You wanna sit right here? Here you go. Look at that. This is the best seat in the house.
He literally probably wants to sit on the painting.
You wanna sit right here? He's like, hey, yeah.
All right, I'm putting some 91% isopropyl alcohol in a little squeezy bottle. And what this is going to do is give me control of where I apply more alcohol. Sippy, sippy. Side note, I have no idea where I'm going to add this alcohol. But I know I want to. I would love to add some ink coming off of this trunk here, but it will be too centered. This will just split the piece. So I'm going to probably do it right here so that it's slightly off center. Just trust me, it'll look better that way. Oh yeah, always on the clothes, for sure. If you don't have ink on most of your clothes, then are you even an artist? Yeah, I was definitely almost a big boo-boo. Right. Where did I say? Somewhere in and around right here. Yeah. So that's just raw black ink. I'm dropping some alcohol in there. And I'm going to draw a line where I want that black ink to run. Maybe one right here. They just give you a little bit of control. At least as much control as one can have with alcohol inks, to be honest. And yes, I am going to do the splatters. I'm just not there yet. He's probably getting antsy. Right. Okay. Most always do a few of those, but I'm not going to do a whole bunch of very long drippies. I think I may put one like from up here, and then that'll be it. For this, and then we're going to do the splatters for sure. You guys see that Ninja Cat? Probably not. Probably saw a shadow. I didn't want it to fade the pink that much, but it's fine. Let's see. Is it time for the splatter? Are we there already? I think we are. Okay. Just adding a few little hints of the black ink. I'm going to lighten up just a second. I was just using the pipette to do that. Baby on the left needs a tail. Do they have little tufts of hair on the ends? I think so. Okay. So now that those ink patches have dried, I'm just putting a couple of dots of alcohol on to fade it and look less purposed, kind of like a coffee stain. Just drops, nothing crazy. That will just bleed out on its own and look awesome. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Concur. Babies are always cuter with tails. All right. While that's doing that, I'm wondering if I should go full splatter, like with the paint pens, or just use the alcohol ink. What do you guys think? Also, thank you for not judging my hair. I've had my hair in these exact braids for a couple days. Yep, I'm loving them. The ink's more organic. Thanks, Rumple. I would say ink after I put all of the inks away, but that is a-okay. It's not a long walk to get them back out. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So I'm going to need a something and a something else. I know I'm too specific, but you know. Lolo, you're going to fall, big boy. All right, I have my three somethings, which are the three of the inks that we used earlier. And I'm thinking that I need to prop this up on canvas. Nope. What's the word? Easel. Will you turn that slightly? You guys, we are moving orientations. Oh, Not do myself any favors. How can I do this?
Well, it's completely upside down.
I know, but it's.
I think. Well, you can do that. Just yeah.
I can't flip it all the way around because it'll tell me that it's not right.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay. So now I need something to put my. I guess I could use this.
What's happening now?
I'm doing some splatters.
Splatters standing up.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
What do you mean by that?
I'm gonna do some of these.
Oh.
You don't want to be involved in my splatters. Yo, I just got it on my face.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Isn't that how that girl did in, what was that? Where she was like, not another teen movie or something.
Oh, yeah.
She's the unattractive artist.
Uh-huh.
Leave that. Just leave it. Everything's going to be cohesive. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Will be. I am not going to spray paint on this, but if you wish to spray paint.
Well, you get like the honeycomb stencil.
A lot of Shane's.
I know. That's what he wants me to put on the skateboard too. Or, I don't know, a couple.
Would you dust in the honeycombs like just gold to where it's like iridescent?
Yeah. I don't like to do that gold. I don't like to do, like, especially on canvas, if you lightly dust the gold, it looks really weird brown unless you get it in a light and then the fading stuff doesn't sparkle. So it doesn't like give it that look.
Let there be splatters.
Like I would do it like with some yellow, like I would spray some yellow and then maybe hit it with just a faint black, like
There's already yellow there.
to brighten it up. It just, this yellow seems very faint to me.
It is faint. I thought you were saying you were going to do yellow,
Well, some.
like yellow honeycombs on top of the yellow. So it's like ghost honeycombs.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it. You want me to lower this? Do you want to do it laying down?
I want to do it. Let's do it. And then
He's in here. He said, love it. Do it. You're not going to do it, are you?
Yeah, I just. If I'm going to use spray paint, we're going to.
I'm asking, do you want this laying down? Do you want this up? How do you?
No, I don't want to do it right this second. You want to finish it all right now?
Except for the alcohol. Nope. The resin.
Oh, this is going to be resin?
I don't know. Odds are I'm going to like it matte, but we'll
I
see.
wouldn't resin that. You know how that always ends up with resin. Resin to canvases. What do we tell people about?
I know. So, would
Do some
you?
more of your splatters.
I'm going to, but now people are talking about the honeycombs. Okay, more splatters. I'm cleaning off my brush of the pink. I should have done yellow first. Who am I? Nope.
Good with that splatter, babe. Just the right touch.
People are still talking about honeycombs.
You're like getting crazy. I'm just talking about over here. I wish this room wasn't attached to our living room.
I know.
And other stuff that
So you guys can hardly tell the splatters are in existence, but I'll give you guys a close-up in just a moment. I'm just putting some alcohol and some ink on my paintbrush. I would use just solid alcohol ink, but it doesn't need to be that opaque. Maybe there should be a sneaky peanut hidden somewhere in there. I wouldn't even know where to start drawing a peanut. Yeah, just one sneaky peanut. All right. Huh? No. I'm going to do some black, but I'm going to be a little bit more particular about placement for the black splatters because they tend to take over. I mean, my typical art style is fairly sloppy anyways, but I really wanted to keep this very light, very pastel. I'm trying to only do the black splatters around where we put the extra black ink. I accidentally got a red dot right in the middle of this little nugget's face, and so he looks very oriental, elephanty. Here's wait, yeah, it's a technical term. Here's waiting on Jeff to get splattered. He got out of the splash zone. Okay, I need to not do this because then I'm going to have to do it all over. That's what he said. Okay. Thanks, TG. All right, now I'm going to clean this paintbrush off so it's not burnt. But you're not in the mood to spray paint. Did I get that right? It's okay. I'm just asking. Well, it's 8 o'clock. We've been streaming for 2 hours. And so I think I'm fine with this being the stopping point for today. Tomorrow we'll pick it back up. We want to do something in the background, possibly some faded in like ghost honeycombs, maybe some chameleon honeycombs. You don't think it'll make sense for the honeycombs?
Like it's such a the messy technique is not.
The messy is not conducive to honeycombs.
Yeah, it would be too like stencily.
Yeah. I'm thinking though that there needs to be something else. I like the hard outline, but there's just not enough separation from the background and the foreground. And the lines are very soft on the inside.
Black spray paint.
Okay. Black spray paint where?
Just kind of a bigger, just kind of a, like mask it off and just maybe get it like a fat cap and just kind of, just so it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to talk about it and then people are going to be talking.
Oh, it's only 6 p.m. in Washington State? Yeah, 9 in NYC. Yeah, y'all East Coast people. It's early. White ink highlights, maybe. That's a definite plausibility. We always do the highlights as the last bit, and Jeff is a highlight master. But yeah, I think we're going to just let this one live for the night and see where we want to take it. That little baby's forehead was missing. As Shelly said, it's already tomorrow here, so what's up? Well, we have only eaten 1.5 times today. Chalk? What about pastels? Jeff's considering charcoals and chalks.
Well, like I thought about just going right here with
just to give it a shadow,
so that his face kind of sticks out, and then do one right here where his tail is, and then kind of darkening this so that.
Wait, tail?
Not tail, his basically his ass.
His booty?
Stomach right there.
A lot of times Jeff will use charcoal to give shadows. And it's ever so faint. It's light, but it always looks really nice. This won't be always in my home. It's for my daughter, so take it in any direction you want. It looks awesome. Thanks, Shane. I'm so glad you like it. We appreciate the work, the commission. It means so much to us, so we appreciate it. Yeah, with metallics and it being matte, it may stand out too much, but who knows? We may do a couple gold tusks. It's for Shane's daughter. I might get crazy and put a gold crown on one of the babies. Who knows? It's been a joy to watch you both work. Just fabulous art. Will you put a shadow underneath the feet? Yeah, we kind of started that route, and I believe that is the direction that we're going, to put a bit of a shadow under the feet.
The thing is, it's not. If we do a shadow underneath the feet, then we have to do a shadow under everything, because what you're doing is you're
Giving a light source.
giving a light source, and you're making it a little bit more realistic than just this style. And that's why I'm trying not to do this. I don't want to try to make too much of a shadow light, because then I'm gonna have to go in and do that, and I don't want it to turn into that.
So I don't know if you guys could hear Jeff, but he's saying he's not sure about doing a shadow, because if you do a shadow under the feet, then you have to continue that shadow into every bit, because essentially you're putting in a light source, and with light source you have to be consistent or it just won't hit your eye right. So if we do a shadow under the feet, then we have to put a shadow everywhere because we're indicating a light source. Does that make sense? Valerie, have an awesome, productive evening as everybody. I hope you have an awesome and productive evening. Some point I want to do one of these also that's like all ink in the areas that we want it, and then mask it off and spray paint the background like maybe a gold or some color, so that there's a separation between the background and the foreground, you know? Maybe not this one, but oh yeah. Well, for sure. I mean, it may still happen. We may still go that route. You can never tell. I'm surprised that charcoal comes off that ink so well.
You know, this is so light. I love it. I love that I can take it off like that.
Mm-hmm. Renee said when I did some elephants, I put a mouse on the baby's head wearing a cowboy hat. That's precious. There was no mouse requested, but I still may do like a rough tiara. Maybe put some eyelashes on one of the babies. Well, I'm loving this point, this stopping area. I think it's important to be able to kind of take a long blink, sleep on it, because you don't want to just throw everything at it and make it busy. So we'll come back tomorrow with some fresh eyes. I'll promise I'll either go live or record whatever it is that we decide to do, and so that you guys can follow along. So yeah. Ugh. The issue with me coming back after a day or so is my ADHD like kicks in, and I don't, I have momentum with it, and I don't want to drop the interest, even though I don't think I will. Obviously, it's a commission piece, so I can't. But if I was just doing a piece for me, I'm really bad at, once I step away from it, I get busy doing something else. And so work in progress tends to take a back seat to all the million other things I'm doing. But obviously that won't happen with this. It's commish. And I need to ship out all of Shane's paintings. So thank you for stopping in. Bye, Betty. Have a good night. Eyelashes would be fun. A tilted crown and eyelashes sound fabulous. Yeah, I think that may be what I do. Since this one is the foremost elephant, I may put a slanted crown on it and make it a little bit more feminine, since it's for Shane's daughter. That's probably the direction I'm going to go in, so that there's a separation in depth. But We'll sleep on it and take a look at it tomorrow. You guys sleep on it too. If you come up with any ideas that you think would look awesome, not that I will take said recommendations, because if I took every recommendation, it would get real crazy real quick. But y'all sleep on it and let me know what you think as well. I hope you all have enjoyed this live feed. Sorry it was so long, but masterpieces can't be done in 15 minutes, you know? So, yeah, thank you guys for watching and tuning in and seeing what we are up to today. If you like this video, share it with people that you like. If you didn't like it, then share it with people you don't like. Ruin their day. Let me grab a Bowie beans for y'all. I hope you guys try alcohol inks. It's important to take chances and make mistakes and get messy. You see Popo. Hey, Poopy. Did I wake you up? Are you taking a Mimi? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, yeah. I hope you guys have an awesome evening. Love you guys so much. Be kind to one another. You never know what someone's going through.
And always remember, here at Artist Till Death Studios, Dallas, Texas, we do the test.
So you don't have to. Whoop, you got squirmy, big boy. Just squirming. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. So have an awesome evening, y'all. Oh, wait, you can't just take a nap right there. I gotta walk through. So, yeah. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, 7:55. Sorry. Julia, thanks for sharing it on Facebook. And y'all have a nice night. Bye.
I said bye.